Okay, so I need you to understand something before we get into this. I sat down to play this game for maybe an hour just to poke at it, see if it was worth talking about. That was at like 2 p.m. I looked up at my clock and it said 11:47 p.m. I had opened hundreds of booster packs, reorganized my shelves 3 times, fired a staff member, hired them back because I felt bad, and then fired them again because business is business, okay? TCG Card Shop Simulator. $13, early access, overwhelmingly positive on Steam, 97%. That's a higher approval rating than literally any human being who has ever existed. And today we're finding out why. So here's the pitch. You open a trading card shop. That's it. That's the whole game. You stock shelves with booster packs. Customers come in, buy stuff, you make money, you reinvest, you expand, you hire staff, you host game nights. It's essentially a shop management sim, but specifically for the trading card game nerd ecosystem, which, if you've never been to one of these stores in real life, let me paint you a picture. You walk in, it smells like a mix of new plastic and quiet desperation. There's a 12-year-old in the corner pulling cards out of sleeves. There's a grown adult man arguing about card grading with the register guy. And somewhere buried under a stack of binders is the owner, slowly becoming one with his inventory. This game captured all of that energy and made it a simulator. And somehow it slaps. Now, this is early access. It launched in September 2024. One developer, a solo indie shop basically, and this guy has been cooking. Over 2,500 cards to collect, shop management, economics, staff hiring, event hosting, and a roadmap that includes playable TCG, difficulty modes, and decoration systems still coming. For 13 bucks, 13, EA Games charges you $13 for a loading screen. Let's talk about why this is dangerously addictive, because I want you to understand the psychological trap before you step into it. The core gameplay loop is order packs, stock shelves, sell to customers, make money, order more stuff, new card sets, expand your shop, repeat. That sounds simple, almost boring on paper, and then you're 5 hours in and you're auditing your pricing strategy like you work at Goldman Sachs. The thing that got me, and I mean fully got me, is the pack opening mechanic. You can crack packs yourself instead of selling them. And the cards have actual rarity tiers. You can pull rare hollows, you can pull trash commons, and the dopamine hit of watching that pack animation and seeing something gold come out is indistinguishable from actually opening a real pack of Pokemon cards. Which, by the way, the cards of this game are clearly inspired by real TCGs without being actual copyrighted cards. There's a monster catching one, there's a fantasy one, there's a space one. They're fictional, but they feel familiar, and that's intentional. This developer knew exactly what he was doing. The danger is that you start rationalizing it. Oh, I'll just crack a few packs to see what's in this new set. Next thing you know, you've sold your shop's entire inventory on yourself, and you've got no product, and customers are walking out empty-handed while you're sitting there with 17 rares you're never going to sell because they're yours now. I may be speaking from personal experience. Okay, so here's where it gets actually interesting from a game design standpoint. The economy in this game has real teeth. You're not just buying stuff and selling it for more. You've got to track what's trending. Certain sets get popular, prices fluctuate, you've got supply and demand happening in real time inside your little virtual shop. You can price things however you want. Want to be a villain and scalp everyone? You can. Mark those packs up 200%, watch the customers complain in their little speech bubbles, and rake in cash like you're running a concert venue. Or you can be a good guy and sell at fair prices, build reputation, get more loyal customers. Which is honestly hilarious because the game is basically letting you roleplay as either a beloved local game store owner or the kind of guy everyone in the TCG community talks about with visible disgust. Staff management is in here too. You hire employees, they've got stats, they handle customers while you're doing other things. You can expand your actual physical store space, knock down walls, add shelves, create new sections. And then there's the event hosting. You can run game nights or tournaments, set the format, set a fee, keep your shop clean, because if it's dirty, players will actually leave, which again simulates real-life TCG stores with eerie accuracy. Feedback loop of make money, spend money, make more money is tuned really well. You never feel stuck because there's always a next step visible. New card set unlocking, bigger store, new staff slot. The game is constantly dangling something just ahead of you, and that is the oldest trick in the book, but here it really works. Now, it's early access, so I gotta keep it honest. This game has got some rough edges. The AI customers are dumb as rocks right now. They'll stand in front of a shelf staring at it like they're trying to read an IKEA manual in a language they don't speak. You'll watch 3 people pile up at one shelf while another one is completely empty and you're just screaming internally. The UI is functional but not exactly beautiful. It gets the job done, but there are moments where you're hunting through menus and it's giving very much indie dev figured out the fun part first, we'll polish the interface later, which is valid, honestly, but it's noticeable. There's also a mechanic where you'll have stinky customers that you have to clean with deodorizers, which in concept I love. It adds a layer of the shopkeeping realism. In practice, early on especially, you're basically just constantly trying to keep these guys clean and not stinky. And look, the roadmap still has some chunky features missing. There's no playable TCG yet, like you can't actually sit down and play a card game. You're running the store, but you can't participate in the thing you're selling. That's a gap. The developer's working on it, it's coming, but right now you're the guy who sells the cards but has never watched a game. These are real criticisms, but I want to be clear. For $13 and early access, none of this surprised me and none of it stopped me from playing the game in its entirety. Here's something I actually really respect about the situation. One developer, this is one guy, Opneon Games. He built this thing, launched it September 2024, and he's been actively updating it, listening to the community on Discord and Steam forums. And the fact that this game has a 97% positive rating from over 30,000 English reviews with one developer behind it is genuinely insane. For context, big studios with hundreds of employees and hundreds of millions of dollars routinely launch games that score worse than this. We've covered a few of those on this channel. You know the ones. And this guy is out here asking for player feedback, engaging with the community, updating regularly, and keeping the price at 13 bucks while promising it might go up as more content gets added. That's just good indie dev behavior, and I want to highlight it because we don't do that enough. We're really good at dunking on the big guys, and look, they deserve it, but this is what a developer actually giving a damn about their product looks like. The TCG community especially has latched onto this game hard, which makes total sense. If you're into Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering, One Piece, whatever, this scratches a very specific itch of fantasizing about running your own card shop without actually having to deal with rent and health insurance and a customer who wants to return a pack that they already opened. So, TCG Card Shop Simulator, should you play it? If you have ever in your life opened a trading card pack and felt something, yes, absolutely yes. If you've ever set foot in a local game store and thought, man, I wonder what it's like to run one of these, yes. If you enjoy management sims, idle adjacent loops, or just want something to zone out to that still requires enough brain engagement to feel productive, yes. If you're looking for a complete, fully polished, feature-rich experience right now, wait 6 months. The bones are incredible, but there's still building happening on top of them. At $13, it's practically a no-brainer for what you're getting. I've paid more for lunch and felt worse about it 2 hours later. This game I felt great about 12 hours later when I finally stopped playing and made eye contact with the sun again. The fact that it's one developer, early access, overwhelmingly positive, and already this deep a game is a genuine testament to what happens when someone builds something they actually love instead of just trying to extract money from you. Which, yes, is a dig. You know who it's aimed at. They know too. This is a rare one, folks, a game where I'm actively rooting for the developer to succeed so they can keep building this thing out. When that playable TCG mode drops, when difficulty settings come in, when the full decoration system goes live, this game could be something genuinely special. For now, it's already pretty damn good. Drop a comment. Are you a card game person? Have you been to a local game store? Do you have a favorite set you are trying to pull in real life? I'm curious because I feel like the TCG community watching this right now is having a very specific emotional reaction, and I, of course, want to hear it. Like and subscribe if you want more of this kind of thing. Hit the bell if you're actually serious about it and not just clicking buttons, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and if you're the kind of person who would absolutely scout packs at 200% markup in this game, you know who you are. I respect the hustle and I hate you. See ya.